So this is my green Krillin deck. It's obviously a custom leader. I designed this one myself. I didn't edit his full power, his awakened side. There's that. I'm cool with leaving it as a blocker, but I was thinking like, double strike will be a nicer effect than blocker. Because some people point out that him having blocker on his front side is useful to help awaken to get to his leader side, his awakened side. So his awakened side, obviously should have had something else, which is understandable. I agree that it would be nice to take away the blocker and then add like double strike, for example, because in the image he's wielding two destructible discs, so right? So that'd be pretty cool. But I still didn't change it. It just, I did agree with the idea of giving him a different effect when he awakens other than blocker. But anyway, his front side, he's a blocker, leader, 10k, auto. At the end of your turn, switch this card to active mode, so that way you can attack with it, of course, and then at the end of your turn, it'll go back to active mode, so you can block. Because when you block, the way the keyword works is you obviously redirect the attack to the card that has the block effect. You rest the card in order to initiate the blocker. That way you can't just infinitely block. You can only block that one time because you're in rest mode, because you have to rest in order to block. So that's why he has at the end of your turn, you switch him to active. Then you awaken when you have 4 less life, draw 2 cards, flip them over. Because I like the idea of drawing 2 cards. I know there's some new leaders out there that do the energy thing, but I'd rather get 2 cards. Sorry about that. Alright, when he's awakened, full power Krillin, still a blocker, 15k, auto, at the end of your turn, switch this card to active mode. Still gotta have that if I'm gonna still be a blocker, right? And then the second auto effect, when this card attacks, draw a card. Pretty standard. Permanent. While Android 18 is in the battle area and it's your turn, this card gains 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. So it becomes a 20k on your turn. So you have a 20,000, leader that when it attacks, you draw a card. And in the turn, it'll stand, and then during your turn, it'll be a 15k, that can block if you need to protect your battle cards. Which is the purpose of why you will have a leader that has the blocker effect, because the idea is to protect the battle cards. Because if your battle cards, are important, like you have some battle cards that you need to protect from being attacked, because let's say they have an effect where you rest them to trigger an effect, but you don't want your opponent to, take their turn and then just use their leader to attack your battle card and kill it. So then you can redirect the attack to your leader instead. Especially if, let's say, your leader is awakened but your opponent's leader is not awakened. Well, you redirect the attack to your leader. It'll be 15k, they'll be 10k. You should be able to just that alone be able to block the attack, and there you go. You just save your battle card that you would need next turn, especially if the battle card gives you an advantage in some shape, way, or form, like to draw a card. Thinking about it right now, I wish I did put in the main deck, which I didn't, but now I would like to. Android 19, because that's something I definitely would like to protect. It attacks, becomes 10k, right? And you draw a card. But on your opponent's turn, it's only a 5k, so it'll be easy to knock it out with an attack. So then here comes Krillin to protect it, right? But I don't have it in the deck at the moment, but that would be something I would consider playing around in this deck. What I do have, though, is Exterminating Energy Android 18. She's Android 18 by name, so that helps when Krillin's on his awakened side, so you can become a 20k when he attacks. She's a 20k double strike. Also, with that idea, why not make his awakened side have double strike, right? So you can go with this 20k, double strike 18, right? When this card attacks a leader card, your opponent chooses one card from the hand and places it into the drop area. Good effect all on its own. Twin sister Android 18. Her effect is actually irrelevant, so I won't read it. She's just a 10k Vanilla essentially. She's just Android 18 by name, so she helps with the Krillin when he's awakened. Dreadful Dual Android 15. 15k critical. Decent. Always a good effect to have. She's Android 18 by name, which helps with the awakened Krillin. She does have the active main effect once per turn. Pay 1 green during this turn, that if an opponent's battle card with an energy cost 4 or more has been placed into the drop area from any area by one of your skills, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost 3 or less and KO them. Decent effect, but not typically going to be used. Destin Deed Krillin, a blocker. Hey, Krillin is a blocker. Is that a surprise? It's a permanent effect. If Android 18 is in your battle area, that sounds familiar, or leader area, you can play this card from your hand without paying its cost. So it's a free blocker, a free body on the board. So of course, the more copies of these you have in hand, the more you can play on the field. It's always good to have more attackers, more and more bodies on the board, because it can help you attack your opponents and win, hopefully sooner than later. And then of course, Human Shield Krillin, 1 drop 5k blocker. Yeah, it's like the game wants them to be a blocker. Alright, Trunks Protector of Children. This is your super combo for the deck. When you come with this card and your leader is green and you have 4 less lives, draw a card and add 10k combo power to this card until the end of the turn. Standard. Terror Scythe, Goku Black. This adds more oomph into the deck, more attack power. When you play this card, play 2 shadow tokens that have 10k power, 0 cost, 5k combo power. Then its other part of its effect is irrelevant. You can add as a mouse card from your deck to hand. All we need is that you play it, you get 2 tokens. So now you have 3 attackers plus your leaders, that's 4 attackers. So the way to get to 5 attackers is if you combo it with Bodyguard Legic. Your opponent has at least 1 battle card on their side field and you do not. You could play Bodyguard Legic for free. So that's a free 15k. He's also a blocker, going with the theme of the deck having blockers, right? And then after you play him for free, then pay 3 energies, drop Terror Scythe Goku, create 2 tokens. Now you have 4 cards in your battle area plus your leader, so now you have 5 attackers that you can attack your opponent with. Even if, and let's say your opponent, what's cool about this little 2 card combo right here, right, is if your opponent, you know, wipes your board, you know, wipes the tokens out and wipes Goku Black and your Bodyguard Legic, if you happen to draw another Bodyguard Legic and another Terror Scythe Goku Black, you can, again, another 2 card combo to, you know, reestablish board, especially late game. It's definitely good at early game, but late game is decent as a comeback, right? 2 card combo to reestablish a board so you can get a lot of attacks in, because sometimes just overwhelming your opponent with a whole bunch of attacks is all you really need in order to deal that 1 or 2 damage you need to win the game, right? Especially with a lot of players, you know, doing a lot of self-awakening. They're just making it so much easier for you to win, right? By just strength with numbers, as it were. To save a hopeful future, active main, choose up to 1 battle card with an energy cost, well, a green battle card to be specific. Green battle card with an energy cost 5 or less from your drop area and play it. Everything in this deck is 5 or less. Except this is of course less than 5, but it's not green. But everything else in here is 5 or less, so you have tons of targets for the effect. To get the most value out of playing this card, you know, playing a Terror Scythe Goku Black, you know, from the drop area to your battle area, and then get the 2 tokens. That way, again, that with your leader, you got 4 attacks. So it's the most typical target you want to use. that card on. Then self-absorption, active main. Your opponent chooses 2 cards from your hand, throw into drop area. Some people think it's slow because it's for energy, but it's like not a palm. This card is more for mid to late game use anyway, obviously, because the idea is that by the time I play this, I already have heavy hitters, I already have board presence. I'm just trying to make sure that my attacks go through, or at least I'm trying to increase the chances of my attack going through. So this is more for late game than early game, because early game, your opponent's more likely just going to let you attack them, because they want to awaken, so they're going to let you deal some damage in here and there, so that way they can try to awaken. And sometimes most, not like what, 80% of the time, most decks rely on their awakened side of their leader for their deck to even properly run anyway. So they're gladly let you get early game damage in there. And then when you want to finish them off, you want to make sure you can finish them off. You want to have control of that, and that's where self-absorption comes in for late game control, so that way you can make sure you have the advantage. You can attack and they can't block, and then when they try to attack, you can block because you have a good amount of blockers in this. As well as you see, you got full power energy. It's a counter attack negate card. Then you negate attack, then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost 1 or less, KO them, which is good for getting rid of any of those pesky problematic 1-drop cards, including 1-drop blockers. Not the ones with buried, of course. Times judgment, generic, splash in any deck, counter attack, negate attack. Then you may place 2 cards from your hand into the drop area. If you do so, add this card to your hand, just so it can be reusable. Negate, so that we have control. And that's the thing, you want to control the battle more, because the idea is you're going to attack your opponent, you're going to try to go in there, and make their life hit 0, but you don't want them to do that to you. You want to control how much they can do to, especially if you let them deal you 4 damage so you can awaken. But then after that, you just don't want to keep letting them attack you, right? So you gotta have control of the battle. Again, because you're trying to win, you don't want to go in there, reduce their life to 0. Finishing Spirit Bomb, Son Goku. He's a 25k double strike auto. When this card attacks, choose up to 3 green battle cards in your drop area and combo with them. Obviously, you want to grab any of your 10ks. If you have 4 or less life, you obviously want to grab your Trunks Protector of Children, so that way you not only get the 10k boost, which is important to, you want to get 3 10ks, so that way he'd be a 55,000 attacker. Plus, you'll get to draw cards, and then those cards you could throw them into comboing, right, and get more power, or save them for when you want to block your opponent. And the fact that you can do this every time, you can attack and bring back the Trunks and draw, and then attack and then bring back the Trunks and draw. If you're doing this a couple of turns and you haven't beaten your opponent, there's a problem, right? But really good card, late game finisher. Only need 2 because I'm trying to focus more on the other aspect of the deck, for early game. But this is definitely something you definitely want to draw late game, play it, get value out of it. And that's the end of the video.